Hello there, folks. I just did a whole video of the second part of my original Child's Play video, which is like 45 minutes long, and tried to upload it, and something went wrong with it. So here I am trying it again. Hopefully this one's better, but it will probably end up being worse. So, where did I leave off? So, let's see. Eddie Caputo's dead. His house has been blown up. Andy, well, I'll start this one from here. So, after Andy goes to the psychiatric hospital place for a few days, Karen goes back home, and she's got the good guy box that she's, throwing away. And she picks it up, and while she's throwing it away, she kind of shakes it a little bit, and the batteries fall out. Brand new unopened batteries. And she looks at the box, there's batteries included. And so she takes Chucky, opens, takes his suspenders off, opens up the battery compartment. No batteries. So Chucky does the Exorcist, spins his head 360, and goes, "Hi, I'm Chucky, wanna play?" And she drops him, he rolls under the couch. If this had been me, I would have ran out of there and never went back and tried to forget about the whole thing. I would have grabbed Andy and I said, we're moving to Canada or Mexico, or we're getting the hell out of here, away from all this stuff going on. But so Chucky is under the couch, and she's poking at him, and nothing's happening. So she grabs him, takes him out from under the couch, and they got a fireplace in their apartment. One of those ones you turn the gas on and you light a match and throw it in, and whoo, you get a fire. So she's holding Chucky, turns the gas on, lights the match, lights the fire, and goes, "Talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire." And this is probably this is the best part, one of the best parts of the movie. Chucky comes completely alive in her hand and goes, "You stupid bitch, you filthy slut." Exactly what AJ says. "You stupid bitch, you filthy slut, I'll teach you to fuck with me." And Karen manages to pick him up and throw him across the room. But Chucky runs out of the apartment, down the elevator, and outside. She runs after him, but when she gets outside, she looks both ways, can't find Chucky. And then she runs into Mike Norris. And when Chucky came alive in her hand, Chucky had bitten her hand really bad, and she had this huge, white indent marks on her, right here, on her arm. And Detective Mike goes, "What happened? And how did you get those?" And she goes, "Chucky bit me." For God's sakes. But she's like, just before that, she was trying to explain that Andy was right and the doll is alive. It's been moving and talking this whole time with no batteries or anything. So obviously something natural's going on here, but and he goes, so she goes to find the peddler where she bought the thing from, and he tells her not to go there because it's a bad part of town at night. Even though it's Chicago, so any part of Chicago, day or night, I would never go there. I've been there once. I got robbed at gunpoint, and I'll never go back. It's a hellhole, and this was 20 years ago, and I imagine it's much worse now, and I would never go there ever for any reason whatsoever. Anyway, so well, while she's doing that, Detective Mike is in his car driving, listening to some late 80s metal weird music, and all of a sudden you see Chucky pop up in the back seat with like a garden hose, and he's strangling him. And Chucky's like, "Good night, asshole," and you know Detective Mike gets the thing off of him. He's, you know the older cars, they used to have the cigarette lighters, where you press them in, and then they heat up within like 10-20 seconds, and it will pop out, and there'd be like a red hot metal in it to light your cigarette. He takes that, puts it in Chucky's cheek. Chucky freaks out, and then Chucky manages to press Mike's foot down on the gas pedal like he's flying down to go, and the car accelerates extremely fast, and he's trying not to crash, and then Chucky's under the driver's seat with a big ass knife, sticking it up, coming very close to where men do not want any sharp objects near. And a couple times it came extremely close to that. But anyway, the car crashes, flips a couple times, which is a cool car crash. Chucky, Chucky starts coming towards him, and Mike shoots him, and Chucky runs away. So then after that, we go back to Karen talking to the peddler guy who she bought it from. And she's trying to ask him where he got it from, and he's like, "Well, what will you give me if I tell you?" And she's like, "I ain't got much, but you're welcome to whatever I got." So she hands him some money, and he goes, "That's not enough." And she's like, "But that's all I got." And he looks at her and he goes, "All you got? That's not all you got." And you know where this is going. So he tries to do that to her. But thankfully, Detective Mike shows up right at the right time. Knees the guys in the nuts, which he should have done more to that guy than that, I think. But then he pulls out his gun, and everyone staggers and goes, "He's a cop, he's a cop." But he tells her that Chucky attacked him, and she was right the whole time. So they go to find this guy that Chucky, who, while he was Charles Ray, the human, while he was alive, spent a lot of time with this guy named John, who was like a voodoo expert guy. So they go and try and find the guy, But before they can, Chucky finds the guy first. And Chucky shows up, and the guy looks completely startled. He even drops his cup because he sees Chucky standing there on the windowsill going, "Hey!" He's like, "Green, what?" He's like, Chucky's like, "You know, at first, all this stuff about you and death, I thought maybe you were pulling my chain. But not now. Not anymore. There's just one problem." And Voodoo Guy's like, "What's that?" And he goes, "I didn't think I could get hurt. Well, I got shot last night, and you know what? It hurt. And it hurt like a son of a bitch and you bled." And Chucky tells the guy, "Tell me how to get out of his body or you're dead." And Chucky's got a little voodoo statue of the guy. And he snaps his leg and the guy's leg snaps. And then, he pulls out a knife, aiming it at the heart of the voodoo doll. And he goes, "Tell me or die, John. Your choice." And so the voodoo guy says, to transfer your soul, well, first he tells him the more amount of time he spends in that body, the more human he becomes. So the longer he's in the doll body, his insides are turning human. Like he says, he tells Karen and Mike later when they find him that the only real way to kill him would be to the heart, because his heart is almost human now. And, if you get him to the heart, you can probably kill him. So, and so Chucky, tells the guy how tell me how to get out of this body or die. So he tells him, you got to transfer your soul into the first person you revealed your true self to, which was Andy. Because he told Andy that his real name was Charles Lee Ray. So he has to transfer his soul into Andy's body, and he only has a certain amount of time to do it, or else he'll be trapped in the doll body forever. So, so during this, Andy is at the psychiatric hospital, and Chucky shows up. Andy tricks him, and Chucky gets into Andy's room, but Andy tricks him by leaving like a pillow under this thing, and then right as Chucky uncovers it and sees it's not him, Andy's right there, right next to the door, shuts the door, locks Chucky in there. So Chucky's locked in there for a little bit, and then the doctor from the hospital finds Andy, grabs him, and Andy's freaking out and going, "Chucky's here! He's here, and he's gonna kill me." "Well, listen to me, he'll kill you too." So they're in this doctor's room, this patient room or whatever, and then Chucky falls on the guy. Well, Chucky falls on Andy first. They fight a little bit, and then the doctor guy is there, and Chucky puts this shock treatment thing on the guy's head, and he cranks it way past safety levels. And this is gruesome. I mean, this guy's face and eyes get darker and darker, and his eyes get redder and redder. It looks gruesome. And he is terrified. He's like, "Stop it! stop it, stop it, please stop it. So he kills that guy, but Andy manages to escape, and he runs back to his house, and Detective Mike asks Karen where would he go if he was ever in trouble. And Karen said I always told him to go home if he was ever in trouble. So that's where they go, and that's where Andy is. You know, he's got a little toy bat waiting as a weapon, waiting for Chucky to get in. But Chucky quickly turns the tables and knocks him out, starts doing the chant. Gets really close to the end until Detective Mike and Karen get there, and Detective Mike grabs Chucky, throws him across the room so he can't finish the chant. But Chucky manages to injure. He slices his ankle open so he can't really walk. So he was carrying his gun, and I've seen this movie so many times, but the timeline sometimes I get messed up because I don't know if this happens before this or after this, but Chucky comes down from the chimney. He must have came in from the chimney while Andy was still in there. I thought he had came through the door at first, but I think I'm wrong on that. I know he came down from the chimney because of how funny it looked, and it was obvious that it was a little person in a suit. Especially the way they, how in front of the little fireplace, gate thing, the way he just kicked it down, it was way too human-like to be an animatronic. But I can look past that because it's kind of a funny scene. But anyway, they managed to get Chucky Karen manages to get him trapped in there inside the fireplace, and she turns the gas on, and she's reaching for the matches, spills them, so only Andy can reach the matches, but Andy's freaked out, and she goes, Andy, the match. So finally Andy grabs a match, lights it, and Chucky goes, Andy, I thought we were friends to the end. And Andy goes, this is the end, friend. Drops the match and woof. Up goes Chucky in flames, burnt to a crisp. Charcoaled, completely charcoaled. So they think he's dead. So they're attending to Detective Mike's wounds. And Karen asked Andy to go get a first aid kit. So while he goes to get it, Chucky's burnt body is gone. It's gone. So he's still alive somewhere. And Andy goes, Mommy? And just then Chucky trips Andy and comes after him like this. It's terrifying the way Chucky looks. His whole face is burnt to a crisp, and it is so creepy looking. And the way he slowly comes after Andy with his big ass knife is extremely scary. So, they run into Andy and then Karen run into the bathroom. Chucky stabs the door a couple times. Karen gets her hand cut, from it. But she's got the gun that Mike gave her, and Andy's walking towards them, and she shoots first his arm off, then like his other arm off, and then one of his legs off, and he kind of keels over and shoots his head off, and it's like scattered throughout the apartment now. And this is when Mike's partner comes in and goes, "What the hell happened here?" And my Detective Mike goes, "The kid was right. The doll is alive. We killed it. It's spread out all across the apartment. But don't touch it. Do not touch one part of it." And this idiot guy doesn't listen, of course. And he's got the burnt Chucky head sitting on top of like a shelf with like a vent right behind him. And the guy's going, "Look at this thing. It's dead. It's dead as they come." And then Chucky's arm comes out from the vent and strangles the guy. And his mouth is going, "Strangle him, kill them all, kill him." And then Karen goes, "The heart, shoot him in the heart." So she gives the gun back to Detective Mike, which has very good aim, by the way, because she only takes one shot, and it's a perfect shot to the heart. And blood splatter goes everywhere, and the midsection of the Chucky doll goes flying up against the wall with blood splashing into it. And Chucky is finally defeated, at least until Child's Play 3, which will be my next video review, and which gets hated on way too much, and is nowhere near the worst in the franchise. To me, I like Child's Play 2 the best. Then Child's Play 3 would actually be my second favorite, and then the original. So the original 3 Child's Plays I love. Bride of Chucky, when I first saw it, I loved it because I saw it in the movie theater, which was the first time I've seen a Chucky movie in a movie theater. Especially the very end, when the baby comes out, and I'm like, wow, the next movie is gonna be awesome. Which was Chucky, which I could not have been more wrong about. And then, and then after a while, I'm like, Bride of Chucky kind of sucks, because it went away from almost all the horror aspects. But now I'm back to kind of being somewhere in the middle of Bride of Chucky. Like, if it's on TV or something, I'll watch it. Or if I'm watching like a marathon, I'll watch it. If I'm watching a franchise marathon, the only one I would skip would be Seed of Chucky, because that movie is literally unwatchable to me. I cannot watch that movie. It's too painful. It's like Freddy's Dead bad, in my opinion. And people say Child's Play 3 was bad. Really? Really? I don't see how anyone could possibly come to that conclusion. But of course, movies are very individual. everyone's different. Everyone likes different things. So it's like comedy. It's just like comedies, you know. Different people think different things are funny. That's just the way it is. So, but the acting all the way through is great. The effects for, especially for 1988 when this movie was made, are absolutely amazing with what they did. I mean, it's incredible what they did. I mean, this looks much realer than some movies that are made today with CGI. I mean, they did a fantastic job. I mean, not quite as good as Child's Play 2, but that's because it was the first time they did it, you know. Yeah, they were still learning how to do it. It was pretty new technology, I believe, at the time. At least using it in this fashion. But there's not really any negatives about this movie that I can really think of. I mean, the pace is great. It's a fairly short movie, 80 something minutes, you know, which is perfectly reasonable, you know. The directing is great from Tom Holland. And no, not the actor Tom Holland, the director Tom Holland, who also directed the movie Fright Night, which I have actually never seen. Because I'm not really into vampire movies much. Vampires and zombies I've never gotten into. I'm more of a slasher / supernatural type, psychological thriller type guy, more so. I like those movies a lot more. But overall, I would give this movie an A+. Absolutely. I mean, it spawned one of the greatest horror franchises ever. How could you not give it an A+? So, that being said, Child's Play 3 will be coming up next, in probably the next few days or so, and hopefully this video actually works and doesn't get corrupted or whatever happened to the last time I made this video, because it went on for like 45 minutes, and so I'm not going to go as long just in case something screws up like that again, but I'll leave it there. So to everybody out there, have a great day, treat everyone well, and hey, if you have anything you want me to talk about, well, I'm open to it, you know. So leave good comments, bad comments, any comments, you know. So I will see y'all the next time. Goodbye, my peoples.